Geeks Like Us, episode 9. Today we're going to be talking about Supergirl number 30.
New storyline.
Kind of a one-issue story.
Yeah. Sure.
A touching tale of a young girl trying to find her place in the world.
I would call it touching, but whatever.
I touch your tail. So.
Horrible.
Okay. Good story. I'll go ahead and be the big first sap to say it. There are a couple spots in this where, a good writer can convey emotion enough that you actually feel what's going on. Good writer. I had little hairs on my arm standing on end at one point. I actually felt for the character. There was no big bad guy, no big fight. It was an emotions story.
Yeah, it's basically a story of Supergirl. She's trying to feel connected to our world and Krypton.
Because she remembers Krypton.
And really figure out how she fits in.
And for those of you who haven't read this yet, because I'm sure you haven't.
They might have.
Oh, that's true, they might have. But anyway, the reason why she still feels attached to Krypton is because, unlike Superman, she remembers Krypton. Because, as it turns out, she's older than Kal-El, a.k.a. Superman.
Yeah,
which is really weird.
She's about 16.
Yeah.
See,
and
I don't read DC, and I knew that, so he disappoints me.
You didn't know that.
No, for real, I did.
How did you know that?
Swear on my daughter's life.
How did you know that?
I have enough random comic knowledge that I knew that part.
But it's really a story about
lying.
It's really a story about Supergirl being a teenager on Krypton. Yep. She's actually in charge of watching Kal-El, Superman, as he goes about his daily whatever. And his parents and her parents are getting ready for the impending disaster, the explosion of Krypton. And now the tables are kind of turned. Now that she has come to Earth, and her ship has been in space longer than Superman's
stasis.
Yeah, exactly. She's stayed in stasis longer than he has, so now he is older looking and appearing than her. Like, on Krypton, she was his teacher, his mentor. Here, she has to learn everything from him. Yep. The roles have been reversed.
Which is good, because now he knows more about Earth than she does. Which,
Whereas, he had something that was given to him, just information-wise of his home, and he was raised here. She has these memories and is trying to clutch, what do I have left of my home? What do I have left of who I am? And she just goes through much of the comic thinking, there's nothing left of Krypton. But then she remembers, I believe it was her father who told her, you are representing all of us. You are what is left. You carry us on. We live on through you, kind of thing.
Well, I'm kind of also thinking they said that, same thing with Superman, but at the time Superman was still a baby. I'm almost thinking they are looking at her as like, hey, you're going to carry on our race, So it's a big load of responsibility on her, being the oldest of the two that got sent off Krypton, and being the bearer of future Kryptonians. Half Kryptonians, whatever. But anyway, it's a good read, good art.
I don't think they sent her out to pimp her out.
Well, I don't think so either, but she was there to at least spread the legacy of Krypton.
Exactly. Well, anyway,
leg.
Wow, that's horrible.
Oh, that's bad.
Man.
I jumped on Supergirl back at issue 1 a couple years ago now, and I loved the original story. I
was with her during Batman and Superman when she was first introduced.
And this it's different, and it's kind of good. It's one of those things I remember from the original. It's like back at issue 1 and 2. She was more of a rebel, and I don't know. I missed some issues between there and now, and I don't know if maybe over the course of the other 29 comics, that she's like, I really need to find purpose in my life, and maybe that's where the writer's taking it. She needs to she's done with her rebellious stage, and she wants to figure out a purpose, which could be very cool. So,
well, let's just say, for fans of old school Supergirl, this is definitely a book for you, because I hated rebellious teen angst Supergirl. I didn't like it when she got her tattoo or was a bad girl. She's Supergirl. Much like in Countdown, I don't care that Mary Marvel is now evil. There are certain characters that have been good for so long and are moral compasses that they should remain good. We shouldn't, they shouldn't be bad. Supergirl is one of them, in my opinion, and this book definitely takes it back to where she should be. There was one scene in the book where she gets the idea to go to the Fortress of Solitude and check out the memory crystals from Krypton that Superman has, and she's kind of looking for a message. A message for her that might have been sent, and she mentions her name, and Superman's father says her name, and at that moment, I got a little choked up because I thought, oh, here's a message for her, and then I was a little let down that it was just his father talking about her and how she will, be the one to take care of.
Still, even the information he gave kind of put things in perspective.
It did.
It was touching for her, I believe.
It was. It was nice for her to know that she was thought of before everything.
She was more than a means to an end.
Yeah. And it's one of those books that I'm tempted to get back into it. Starting off this new storyline, I might wait till they put out the first trade of this new one just to see if the story stays consistently good. And if it does, I'll probably jump on. If you've been a fan of Supergirl forever, pick it up. You will definitely enjoy it, I'm sure. So,
I might glance at the next issue, like Nathan said. He gets a trade paperback. I might go ahead and thumb through it, and if it's good, I might pick one up for myself and pick it up from there on out.
Definitely a good jumping on point. Definitely a good. It's a good test the waters book, because if you're like, oh, this is a really good story, you'll probably want to pick it up. I think you will.
And with it being a single issue, it's not
yeah, and it's not one of those things where
you're not losing anything from picking it up.
You're not missing anything from before, because this is a brand new start, and you're not, it's not ending off at this, oh man, now I got to pick up all these other comics because it's going to start this big storyline. This is a one-shot story that's setting up what's going to happen next. So if you like this and you want to see what happens next, it's a good time to continue on.
So story-wise, it was good. Art-wise, very solid.
Art was excellent, yeah. Overall, very, very good book.
The only honest reason I did not pick it up for myself is I've got too many freaking comics in my box right now as it is. Thank God some of them suck are ending, so I might start picking more stuff up.
See, those of you that are watching, now Jazz is a liar because you can never have too many comics.
That's true.
Yeah.
Tell my wife.
Well, yeah.
And on that note, we'll go ahead and wrap up this episode. As always, check us out on YouTube.
Yep.
Now, check us out. We've got a MySpace page up at www.myspace.com/PAIR_A_DICEHOBBIES. And check us out at ParadiseHobbies.com.
Moving into the popularity contest.
And if you're in the local area, come into the shop. Pick up a couple. Meet us in person. We'll sign an autograph.
Oh my God, we're so much taller in person except for him.
Yeah. He's actually
Nathan squats down.
He's actually shorter. He stands on a box right now.
Yeah.
There's no box that I'm standing on.
Oh, sorry, milk crate. Excuse me, milk crate.
Thank you. That's perfect. And with that, we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.